Greetings everybody, this is Macintosh from the 12 tribes of Israel, specifically from the tribe of Levi, aka Lawaya in ancient Paleo-Hebrew, and Judah, Yahwadah. Levi is the so-called Haitians, Yahwadah is the so-called Negroes, or so-called African Americans. Hope you guys are having a great day. This is part 3 to proclaim justice, execute judgment. So we're going to be executing judgment now in the name of the Most High, and we're going to get into the meat of what I was trying to teach you guys today and what I'm going to teach you guys today. Make sure you have your pen, pencil, and pad ready, and let's go ahead and get right into the law. I'm going to start off with Exodus 3. Hold on, let me put this down. I'm outside right now. Alright, so I'm going to start with Exodus 3, chapter 3, verse 7. And it says, "The Most High Yahweh said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt," which are in oppression, in other words, because Egypt, Kemet, means bondage, oppression. "And I've heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters," the slave masters, the presidents, keeping us in stronghold, even the judges and police, because they're taskmasters. They're supposed to be handling the tasks that we have delegated to them, but they're not handling those tasks anymore. Therefore, we're being afflicted, those of us who believe in the Most High. "For I know their sorrows." So the Most High is telling us that it knows our sorrows. It knows what's going on. And verse 8, "And I am come down to deliver them out of the land, out of the hand of the oppressors, the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey." And he goes into the places that he's going to be giving us. So I'm going to go ahead and skip around. As you guys already know, Exodus chapter 3, verse 14, it says, "The Most High's name is I am that I am." And it says in verse 15 in chapter 3 of Exodus that this is his name forever, and this is his memorial unto all generations. So we get that out the way while we're in the Exodus right now. So how you say I am that I am in ancient Paleo-Hebrew is Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. And he said, "Thus shalt you say that I am had sent you," in verse 14 in Exodus 3, chapter 3. So you just say Ahaya had sent me. So you're going to hear me say Ahaya a lot, because that's his name. I don't call him by God and Lord and all this stuff, because that's all English, and we read from right to left. And from right to left, God means dog. And Lord is vague. I don't know who's Lord. Who's Lord? The Almighty I am. So Lord Ahaya, or God Ahaya, or Ahaya God. And this is his name forever to all generations. So if they ask you, what's your name? Who are you? I am that I am. Where do you live? I live where I live. Where do you come from? I come from where I come from. Where are you going? I'm going where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. What's going on? There's a bad situation. Hey, it is what it is. I am what was, what is, and what will be. Past, present, future. This is what the Creator speaks about. And it says right here in Exodus chapter 4, section 11, "And the Most High Yahweh said unto him, who hath made man's mouth." Who has made man's mouth? I'm using this mouth. I think it's mine. Oh yeah, I'm sovereign, right? Who made my mouth? Who made my eyes? Who made my sight? Who made my words and everything that I have, my hearing? "Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind?" So everything's done by the Most High. It's the Most High sending you to court. It's the Most High making you beat court. It's the Most High sending you to jail. It's the Most High discharging your debt. It's the Most High handling how you're going to even form your contract. You see what I'm saying? So you have to place the Most High Yahweh before you, and make sure that you hearken unto his voice. You know what I'm saying? You got to listen to the Most High through your heart, and the Most High will tell you how to write your contracts, your affidavits, how to discharge your debt, where to look for information, who to listen to, who not to listen to, and it keeps you away from certain situations. Matter of fact, the Most High led you to me, and many won't even see this video, because they'll prejudge it. Or I think I know what he's going to say, but they have no clue. Because the way I mix things up with the Holy Book, which is the actual law, with the law of the government, which are fictitious bylaws, it helps you see what's going on, you see. And the law of nature is pretty much the law of the Most High, because He created nature. Therefore, the law of nature is in harmony, in order with the Most High's laws. So have not I, the Most High, created it? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. So the Most High will tell you what to say and when to say it. You ain't got to prepare for your court date and all that stuff, and bother your mind and heart about what you're going to say. You know what to say. You know that their laws don't apply to you. If you don't consent, you don't consent, or you are being raped. Raped of your will, raped of your spirituality, raped of your rights, raped of everything that stands for you, that stands for life. You see? So if they're telling you that you have to do something, that's a form of coercion. They know this word. This is a word that they know. The officers, all this stuff, are trained these words in their academies in the school. They're using coercion, and you're performing under duress. Protest of duress. Protesting duress. Because they're forcing you. They're using guns on you. They're using excessive force, pretty much. They got a group of police there with batons and guns. You don't want to go to jail for long and stuff, or longer, for protecting yourself from these criminals in costumes. So therefore, you do what they tell you to do, so there's no drama. So therefore, they're using that against you. They're using your kindness as a weakness against you. And the Most High sees this affliction. Remember that. And He's coming to punish them. He calls them the wicked, the heathen, the Gentile, the non-believer, the sons of perdition, the disobedient, the children of Satan, the fallen angels. These are all the words for these people who work for the government that forgot the statutes and commandments of the Most High. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where they got the word statute from. It's from the actual Bible, because this speaks about statutes a lot. And also in Exodus chapter 3, verse 12, the Most High said, certainly I will be with thee, which means certainly, sincerely, certainly, a promise. He will be with you as long as you accept Him as your Lord and your Savior, as your Creator, as your Maker, because He is the Maker of the heavens, the sky, the stars, the moon, the sun, everything. All these idols that people worship, those idols idol the Most High. They wish to be like the Most High, and you go ahead and worship the idol. That's just ludicrous. These idols are not God. There's only one God. It's not Obama. It's not presidents. It's not government. It's not police. None of that. And knowing this is what help you know exactly what to say and how to come off. Because no man's God. I'm not God. I can't tell you what to do. If man's God, I might as well claim I'm God and act like you're God and tell you what to do. If no man's God, I'm not God. They're not God. No one's God. That's blasphemy. It's a spirit of blasphemy. And it was predicted that this would happen during this time. To even claim you're president is to claim that you are a leader or a chief of a group of people. Who's the only chief and leader of the people? The Most High. Ahaya. Ahaya Sharahaya. Bahasham Yeshaya. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, when you call yourself president, you're pretty much putting yourself in the shoes of Christ. And Jesus is not Christ. Zeus is not Christ. Christ means Savior. Zeus is not Savior. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of blasphemy going on. So certainly I will be with you, and this is a mark or a token unto thee, that I have sent thee, when thou hast brought forth the people out of oppression. Ye shall serve Ahaya upon this mountain. So this was on Mount Sinai. So this is where the laws were established now. After the Most High declared that, there are 9 plagues that happened to Egypt, according to everything that the Most High Ahaya told Moses to tell him, and Aaron, because Aaron was helping them out. Tribe of Levites, Haitians. And this is what made the Haitians the priests, the lawmakers and stuff. Moses, Aaron, and all this stuff, and the Levites. So, you can go ahead and read through it. So after the 9 plagues, there was a 9th plague. Then the Passover happened. The Passover was a mimic of Christ's Passover, which were going to happen years later. Just like with Abraham, when he was about to sacrifice Isaac, his only son, which was his blessed son. Ishmael was his son too, but he made Ishmael through the maid. And Ishmael and the maid called Hagar was sent away because Sarah, which is Abraham's true wife, and she's a free woman on the land, she bore a child, which was Isaac, and he was the younger child. So Ishmael, he actually slept with Abraham's maids and all this other stuff and some other stuff going on. So it wasn't working out. So Abraham pretty much, and Sarah was pretty much jealous, a little bit envious that Abraham had a child with the maid, you know, like it's anyone would. If you let your partner go sleep with your maid or something like that, or a bondsman, a bondservant, whatever you want to call it, even though that's you who told him to do it and you approved of it, it will still make you feel a little bit funny. So Abraham had sent Ishmael, which is Islam, and Hagar away. And this is when they formed their own land and everything in Arab. But they were blessed with 12 princes and Israel's 12 kings. We're the rulers of them. We're pretty much their older brother, although we're their younger brother. So there's a lot of confusion there, although it's very simple and straightforward. But Islam is upset about that. And Esau, which is the Europeans, they weren't chosen either because they sold their rights. You see, they sold their rights to Jacob. They were trying to get lentil soup and all this other stuff. But you can read that in Genesis. So Abraham, when he was about to sacrifice Isaac, that was a form of the Passover as well. So after Abraham, which came way before Moses, Moses came and he also mimicked the Passover. He fulfilled the law also. So when Christ Yeshua came, there was no need to sacrifice any humans or attempt to sacrifice humans or sacrifice sheep. Christ became that ultimate sheep, the unleavened bread, the first fruit of the whole batch, the fresh fruit or the fresh batch of the whole batch, the first of the creation pretty much, to ascend into heaven and to beat hell and to overcome death and to conquer Satan and all his minions. After that happened, that set the New Testament, the New Testimony, but the New Testimony goes along with the Old Testament testification because you're testifying the truth. Therefore, this is the book of law. You see what I'm saying? When you're testifying and you're testing it under the penalties of perjury, under your unlimited commercial liability or under your unlimited spiritual liability, especially when you say Amen or when you affirm or swear in, you are invoking the presence of God Almighty to witness you state what you term entitled the truth. You see, so if you lie on it, bad things will happen. Therefore, they had to tell the truth in this, although the accuser, the deceiver, and the adversary switched up a few things in this and took out some books. So, after that Passover after the ninth plague happened and they became free, they made the Passover sacrifice, ate unleavened bread. And after that, the Most High made the 10 Commandments now. And, you know, he made it clear that, hey, I am the God that saved you. I am the God that freed you. They call me I am that I am. This is exactly what I told Moses to tell you. This is why I told him to tell my people. Therefore, my people will know my name. Who's not my people? They're not initiated in, even if they read this holy book. They're not initiated in. Therefore, they're not worshiping me. They're worshiping Satan. I am punishing them because I did not choose them. Therefore, if you're hearing this today, you have been chosen in some type of way, shape, form, or manner to be saved. Because now you're learning the true name of the Most High and invoking His presence in all your paperwork and stuff like that. So he made these laws because during the Philistines, which was during the time the 12 tribes of Israel were free or became free the first night, the Philistines were warring with the Most High too because there were fornication going on over there, sexual immorality, blaspheming, all that stuff that's still going on in the Philistines right now in Iran and Iraq. Same old stuff. So the Most High didn't let them pass through there. He made them go the long way around, and then so they wouldn't get involved in that and get scared and run back to Egypt. Like, oh no, let's go back to Egypt. I don't want to be around here. What are we gonna do? You know, so it's like I'm not gonna send them around there because I know how they think. I know how they feel. And right after I send them to the place I'm gonna send them, immediately I'm gonna have them write down the 10 laws that I need them to follow. The 10 basic laws that leads to every law in existence, period. And there's layers to it. So the Most High said in Exodus chapter 19, verse 11, now I know that the Most High is greater than all gods. He is greater than all gods. There's no God, Allah, Buddha, Hindu, Krishna, Shanti, all these gods I rebuke in the name of the Most High. None of them can overstand the Most High. They understand the Most High. Even Satan knows this. And that's why in Revelations you have the 4 beasts and the 24 elders bow down to he who sits on the throne that executeth judgment. So therefore they respect the Most High to a certain degree. But they keep you away from knowing the Most High so that they are lawfully misleading you. You see, because there is a lawful way to mislead you. If I write a contract out for you and I put in tiny letters, if you sign this contract, you're selling your whole life to me, and I didn't tell you, yeah, it's a form of deception, you know, and you'll be punished for that. But if you sign the contract, if you don't read the terms and conditions because it's too long and you don't have time, therefore I have lawfully deceived you. You have lawfully sold your soul away. Although it's null and void, it's nullifiable. The contract's nullifiable because it was based on deception. Anything based on deception has no foundation. Its foundation's on quicksand. It's going to sink. It's going to blow up in the deceiver's face. And this is what's happening right now, that all these contracts are starting to blow up in his face. And this is adding up his charges and stuff, adding up Satan's charges. But while he tricked you when you were performing the contract, the mortgage, the birth certificate, the Social Security, the Obama don't care, whatever you want to call that junk, it was lawful because you consented to it. You even consented to be lied to your sins. You consented to them lying to your sins, the license. Therefore, it's lawful. You see, if you contract someone to do something and they perform it and consent to it, consent is the law of the land. Contract is the law of existence. Therefore, you got to perform your obligation unless it's a unilateral contract and not a bilateral contract. And if it don't have an offer, equal consideration, and equal consent. Notarized, date, and everything. So make sure all your affidavits and paperwork have that, because that's the truth. Okay. So the Most High says in Exodus chapter 19, in verse 19, hearken now unto my voice, which means listen to my voice now. I will give thee counsel. Therefore the Most High is a power of attorney. It is your public defender. It is your prosecutor. It is your judge. It is your everything. Every judge will have to answer to the Most High Judge at some point. And especially because these judges were appointed to be righteous and honorable and according to the laws of the commandment. And the judges have broken that. And they have accepted bribery. They're committing embezzlement, fraud, abuse of power, coercion, treason, perjury, all this stuff. Therefore, yeah, they're rewarded. They'll win the money. They'll put you in jail because they got the police officer that's going to hell with them there too. And the people in there don't know the law, so you know they put you in jail. But when the time comes, the Most High is going to free you. And on top of that, plague them. He will plague them. He will punish them. He will torture them. He will invade them. And at the end, blot them out from the face of existence and from the tree of life. So therefore, don't fear these guys. Don't back out of the truth. Speak the truth boldly and affirmatively like Christ Yeshua did. This is the epitome of Christ. And Ahijah shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to God word, that thou mayest bring the causes unto Ahijah. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws. Therefore, we're going to be teaching you laws, the laws of the Most High, the ordinances of the Most High. And it's funny because the government used the word ordinances, statutes, laws, and bylaws too. So it's funny, they must have got this from this ancient Bible. So, and thou shalt teach the people the ordinances and laws, and shalt show the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do, or go to hell. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, the Most High Ahijah, men of truth, hating covetousness, which is lies and secret, occult knowledge, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands. Therefore, we're set here to be rulers over thousands. We're the chosen tribe of Yis-RoyAl. And rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. tens of thousands and hundreds and fifties. And in verse 22, chapter 19 of Exodus, and let them judge the people at all seasons, at all times, rain, sleet, snow, hail, all that, while it's fiery, while it's watery, while it's earthy, while it's airy, while it's etheric, whatever, while it's spring, while it's summer, while it's fall, while it's winter, while it's hot, while it's warm, while it's cold. During every season, we will be judging the people, the multitudes, at all times, teaching them the ordinances and the laws and the walk of the Most High. This is us being the law. And it shall be that every great matter, subject matter, jurisdiction, they shall bring unto thee, unto the judge, the almighty judge. But every small matter they shall judge. So every small matter will judge, you know, little things like contracts, stuff like that. Other than that, the Most High will judge everyone. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, and Ahia command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, withstand, persevere, tolerate. Although we're not here to tolerate lawlessness and rebelliousness. And all this people shall also go to their place in peace. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father in law, and did all that he had said, Jethro. And Moses chose able men out of all Yis-RoyAl, Israel, and made them heads over the people. So there's an order, there's a structure, there's a hierarchy to who we are. Plus we're a nation. They're trying to separate us as a nation. We're a thick nation, thick in multitude. And made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Aman executed judgment, proclaimed justice. And they judged the people at all seasons, just like the Most High commands. So these people are righteous. They obeyed the commands. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. Alright, and you can keep reading that if you want to. It goes deeper into the law and all that stuff. Also right here it says, so the people judge small matters themselves. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to little arguments about he said, she said, and rumors and hearsay, stuff like that. You know, just little stuff, you know, the people dealt with it by themselves through affidavits, because affidavits is a sworn truth, prejudicial and non-judicial, which means it's before court and non-court. It's before court because some people, they can't solve the affidavit. They can't execute they're executing the liens, they're executing judgment, they did their paperwork right, but the person that is obligated to them or indebted to them won't fulfill the obligation. Neither would the IRS, the collection service, execute the document. Therefore, there got to be some type of justice, a righteous judge. So it's prejudicial before you go to court. Now you have to go to court for that. But if the person actually obeys the terms and conditions of the affidavit and all that stuff, and they fulfill it, then there's no need to go to court. So it's prejudicial before court and non-judicial. You don't need court to solve problems about affidavits and contracts like that. Know how to make liens. You know what I'm saying? Know how to put claims on people's property and stuff like that. But once again, it takes a lot of wisdom and knowledge to do this type of stuff. And it takes knowing this holy book and also studying what the statutes really mean. Just a few of them. And knowing what who they apply to and stuff like that. And what are the laws based on house. Who can claim houses and who do you have to go through to claim a house, a man or God. what is acceptable money, promise to pays, or gold and silver, what's actual valuable. Signature, is their signature, and what's the value of the signature, aka autograph, you know, things like that. You have to know the laws of those things because they have value in them, and these values can be exchanged. Your promise can be exchanged. You see, your contracts, your agreements can be exchanged. This is all they're doing with your mortgages and your liens and your job application. They're exchanging it for money and paying you from your social. They're paying themselves from your social. And on top of that, they're coming after you for promise to pay notes on top of that, as if it's currency, as if it's money and valuable. So they're double dipping. You're double paying or triple paying, sometimes quadruple paying. And then they got you lost in usury, where they're taxing you each month and billing you each month for something you already paid. I mean, how much does a cell phone cost? You paid $100 for the cell phone. Now you're paying $50, $60 each month for nothing, because you consent technically. So you consented, which means it's lawfully binding. Once you disagree with that and rebuke that and rebut that, it doesn't apply to you no more. You see what I'm saying? Anything else is forced, and they will be dealt with the Most High. That's a form of trespass. But they must drop the bill and these charges, because they don't exist. You paid your $60 already for the phone. That was a trade. I'll give you $60 for that phone in your hand. You give me I give you the $60, you give me the phone. Now, how am I going to come after you the next month with an invoice, with a paperwork, which is another form of affidavit, although we don't say that, and tell you owe me $60 again? That is a form of usury. That is deception. It's a trick. And you consenting to it and protecting it and thinking, oh no, it's okay to do that, you end up doing it anyway. And if you don't do it and you don't write any affidavits or paperwork to tell them they can't do that, you just pretty much enter default, and you have to fulfill the obligation. And we'll talk about default a little bit later, because that's important too. So you don't have to pay them each month. You made the fair deal. I can't come after you for $60 again, unless you can't come after. Pardon me, I can't come after you for another phone, or you can't come after me for another $60 once we trade, unless we're trading again each month. And you're giving me a new phone, and I'm giving you another $60, and you're giving me a new phone the next month again, I'm giving you another $50. You know, other than that, there's no offer, there's no consideration, there's no consent to such usury. And the Constitution mimics that as well. So affidavits are prejudicial, non-judicial, and you can handle your own complaints before the Most High. Now in Exodus chapter 19, verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice, indeed, that reminds me of mortgages, deed of trust mortgages and all that stuff. That's all the mortgage is. It's a deed of trust between you, the trustor, or the beneficiary, or the grantor, and the trustee. The person who's supposed to be protecting your asset, protecting your property. The one who's supposed to be securitizing your asset. That's why I call your social security account or social insurance account, the SIN, S-I-N, a security. Because it's your security. It is your property. You don't have to give that to anybody. That's a security interest if they're interested in it. They're interested in your security. Like your number, address, name, stuff like that. Security interest. You don't have to give that up. That's a security breach. So therefore, who is securing your security? The bank clerk, the trustee, aka fiduciary. This is what they call these trustees and bank clerks. And who is the one putting the money in their hand? The grantor, the one who's granting the permission, who's authorizing the permission, the one with all the permission to do what they want to do with the asset, and the one contracting the trustee. Therefore, that is a deed of trust. The mortgage is supposed to be the same way too, but you pledge your house instead of put it in a trust. When you do a mortgage, you pledge the house. How can you pledge the house if you did not have the house in the first place? That's what you believe. You believe you don't own the house. So how can you pledge something you don't have? And how can you owe money on the mortgage when you did not receive any type of money for it or any type of value? The mortgage people didn't give you money to live in the house. They didn't loan you any money to buy the house. And if they did loan you money, who did you go to spend the money to buy the house? You didn't get no money from them. So it's all fraud and deception based on contract and default. Default, acquiescence, default by acquiescence. And also on top of that, you're pledging the house, which means you must have had the house before you contracted to give it away. And contracts the law of the land. So this is how the devil been taking us away from our element and from our foundation, and scooping us from our base and putting us in foreign jurisdiction. Zip codes put you in a foreign jurisdiction. It's the zip you up code. You become dead. Birth certificate is a contract stating that you're dead. They do it at birth. Social security mean that you're an asset or you own assets. So if you don't know you own asset, you're the asset. So therefore you contracted into that. When you do the birth certificate and social, all that, you give them power of attorney, which means you make them the trustee. They're a trustee. They can represent you based on the terms and conditions of that birth certificate. And they can speak on your behalf and plead for you in the courtroom and all this stuff once you have a social and all that. And they know this. They know how all this stuff's connected. They're wise. Although they're wisely ignorant, wisely dumb. And on top of that, they're getting paid through your social, and they come after you for the promissory notes as if they didn't get paid. And they sell you in stock markets through that birth certificate, you know, and you're helping them pay off that national debt, or through promissory notes. And using promissory notes, you are increasing the national debt. Therefore, we must discharge it, because there's no lawful money in circulation, which is gold and silver, because it has substance, it has weight, and it has property. So now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant. Covenant is another word for contract, and it's the law of existence. We have a commandment, we have a contract, aka covenant with the Most High, an agreement. He had blessed us if we keep this covenant, and he cursed us if we break this covenant. Therefore, I have to come off this way. This is my belief. This is my ancestors' belief. This is my people's belief. I have to proceed with the covenant, or I'm breaking the covenant. And when you break a contract or a covenant, what happens? You can be taken to court. You can be sued. You can be penalized. And this is what happens when you die. You'll be penalized and go to eternal fire for breaking that contract. And this is part of the contract. So put away all your sins and repent, for ye the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. Therefore the Most High will choose you over everybody. Your peculiar people, specific. Not all your family is going to be part of the truth. Not all your family is going to be saved. Some of them will burn in hell. Some of you listening right now may end up turning this after this, and you will burn in hell. You will not know what you need to know to be redeemed. Because Yeshua, which is Christ, is the truth. And the truth saves. Therefore, a truth affidavit saves. It's all you need is the truth. And if the truth is saving you, it is a savior. And if it's a savior, therefore, you have been salved. That is a form of salvation. And this is where they get the word Christ and Yeshua. God, my salvation. I am that I am is my salvation. Ahaya is my salvation. Christ is God. Christ is Ahaya. He is the spitting image of the Most High Almighty I am. He is the exact image of the law being fulfilled in flesh. He was the law itself incarnated in flesh. And he came here to establish the law and covenant through his blood and through his flesh, which is what forms the New Testimony. The New Testament. And I testify this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Amen. Which means I affirm. I don't swear in, because swear in means to be sworn in, to be initiated. I don't swear. I don't swear in the Bible. I don't swear in. And I take no oaths with you guys and make no promises. I just affirm that this is the truth to the best of my knowledge and ability. And these things you have to put in your affidavits as well. So Christ is the truth. The truth is the light. The light and the truth is the same. They're synonymous. The truth and the light is the law. The law, the truth, and the light is Christ embedded in flesh. Therefore, it will be resurrecting, which is exactly what's happening through this video and inside your being as you listen to the truth. I testify. So he'll choose us as a peculiar treasure unto him above all people, for all the earth is his. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests. Not the Pope raping little boys and copying ancient Egypt idolatry and stuff like that. The Dogon hat and the fish Poseidon hat and all that stuff, and the rod of iron which they had used to enslave us, and the pagan cross, the pagan crucifix, which is the image and the symbol and banner and logo and flag for the pagan Catholics, the pagan Christians, and whoever is atheists. This is what they use. The cross is an idolatry. It's a symbol. This is their image. And it says in my holy Bible, which is made for us, my people, the chosen Hebrew Israelites, that thou shalt not commit idolatry. Whether Christ is black or not, although he is black, according, well, dark skin, or his skin's like bronze, which is in between dark and light, according to Revelations. The color doesn't matter as much. You're not here to worship his color or worship his flesh, but yet you're here to know the truth. If you don't know the color of your Creator, how do you really know him? If you don't know the name of your Creator, how do you really know him? If you don't know the words of your Creator, how do you really know him? If you don't keep the covenant and the contract of your Creator, how do you really know him? Therefore, you need to know these things in order to know him. After you know him and you know the laws, remember, thou shalt not commit idolatry, which means the kingdom's in your soul. It's in your heart. Follow the words. Listen to the words. Eat the words. It's edifying. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Yis-RoyAl. Alrighty. So in Exodus chapter 20, verse 1, the Most High said, and he spoke all these things, saying, I am Ahia, the Most High, thy Ahia, thy God, thy Al, which have brought thee out of the land. We're on the land, not the sea. We're not in admiralty. We're on the land. I am a free man on the land. Or I'm a bonded man on the land. I am a free man on the land. Sovereign, indigenous, native. So he is the God which had brought us out of the land of bondage, out of oppression, out of Egypt, through the miracles of Moses. Do we have to be plagued in order to be refreshed? Out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. No president, no judge, no officer, no sheriff. They can all, pardon my language, go SAD. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. American flag, Hebrew Israelite flag, Judaism flag, whatever flag, having photos of artists all over your clothes or on your wall, posters of your, all this stuff is graven images. They're dead. They're scarecrow. They're built to scave in the picture of the devil. It's just a picture of a goat's horn mixed with a goat's tea, with a triangle as the head of the devil, and a body of a man with a woman's breasts and all this other stuff. So therefore, it's a graven image. It is an image. It was put together. It is a craft. It's a witchcraft. It's a craft of man. You see what I'm saying? It is a dead image. It's a scarecrow for those birds that are afraid. I mean, are you afraid? If you're afraid, you ain't got the Most High in you. Therefore, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. So nothing above, like aliens, the sky, the sun, the moon, the clouds, whatever you want to idolize above, or that is in the earth beneath. We're on earth, therefore we're beneath, we're on hell, we're in hell. Don't worship calves, don't worship anything. Or that is in the water under the earth. Fishes, fish hats, the Pope's hat, all this stuff. Do not worship these dead images, graven, corporations. Thou shalt, verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them. Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, Zionism, anything with ism in it. Nor serve them, which mean rebuke them. Ahia, visiting the iniquity, the inequality of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation. So your kids, your kids' kids generation of them that hate him. So he'll visit all 4 generations of your kids. And if the next generation of your kids hate him, it keeps going on for another 2, 3, 4 generations until someone breaks the cycle for Ahaya's sake. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love Ahaya's spirit and keep his commandments. Commands. I command you, I order you. Thou shalt not take the name of Ahaya, thy God, in vain. Holy, holy, all this stuff. Boom. All this stuff, you got to watch what you're saying. And they do that a lot in the movies and stuff. They even use the word Jesus Christos a lot and stuff. I don't like saying that name because, you know, it's Zeus, and I rebuke Zeus. In the name of Christ Yeshua HaMashiach, the Messiah of Israel, Bethlehem, the Nazarene. For the Most High will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. And that means making oaths under the Most High's name. I swear to that I'm telling the truth. I put it on my soul that this and that is truth. You know, on the Holy Bible, I swear you don't know the truth because they lied to you. So don't swear. Or the Most High will not hold you guiltless, which means you are guilty as charged. It's a trick. Affirm, if anything, affirm that this is the truth to the best of your knowledge and ability. And you have a sound mind to competently state and declare so. Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High in vain. Verse 8, remember the Sabbath day, Yawam Shabbat, to keep it holy. Today's Sabbath day. Sabbath day begins at Friday sundown, because it was evening, which is sundown, darkness before there was day. So the day is pretty much night, and the night is pretty much the next day. So by the time it's sundown, it's the next day. Therefore, Saturday sundown is Sabbath night. Sabbath day would be Saturday morning till sundown. By sundown, it's already Sunday, or we call it the first day. We don't call the days of the week by the names of the sun, stars, moon, and all that stuff because that's idolatry. Nor do we call our months and weeks and all that stuff by the name of, you know, Saturn Day and Sunday or Day of the Sun or Moon Day and Mars Day and Mercury Day and Sagittarius Day, you know, Thursday, Friday, all that stuff. We don't call it that in July, Julius Caesar. And we don't call our months by that stuff because it's all idolatry. So this is what he says. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Most High, thy God. Sabbath means a day of rest. In it thou shalt not do any work. You, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For this is why. In 6 days, starting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, sundown, Sabbath day, to Saturday, sundown. Sabbath day is over. For in 6 days, the Most High made heaven and earth. So he's the creator of heaven and earth and the sea, and all that in them is. So all that is in them, all therein. And rested the 7th day, the Sabbath day, Yawam Shabbat Shalom. Wherefore the Most High blessed this day. This is the day that Ahaya has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Alright, let's continue. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Well, I think there's a lot of deals and Sabbath, a lot of sales and bargains on Saturdays. People party a lot on Saturday. There's no 2 weekends, my friend. There's no Saturday's the weekend. Sunday can't be the second weekend. You know what I'm saying? There's only one weekend, and that's Saturday. Sunday is the beginning of the week again, and that begins the 7-day process all over again. And Saturday, the week ends. Well, Friday, sundown technically. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land, which the Most High thy God giveth thee. So I mean, honor your forefathers, your foremothers, your ancestors, and honor your parents and family, especially if they're a believer and a saint, an evangelist, someone who believes in the word of the Most High. If they're not, respectfully honor them, but do not agree with them, rebuke them, because they need to know that what they're doing is not the law and they're not walking in the word of the Most High. So therefore rebuke your parents if they're not walking in the commands of the Most High, or you, your parents, will all go to hell. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So make sure you honor your parents in a respectful way, but rebuke their wickedness and in justification and iniquity. A parent shall not bring their child to wrath. 13, verse 13, thou shalt not kill, whether in the military, an officer, whatever. You might have thought you were in danger, thou shalt not kill. And don't kill the spirit. Thou shalt not commit adultery, which is a form of cheating. When you're cheating on your partner, or you're cheating on the Most High, or cheating on a contract, because adultery means you have cheated on your contract. Adultery is another word of cheating. 16, verse 15, pardon me. Thou shalt not steal. Therefore, they can't steal your rights. They can't invade your privacy. They can't steal your truth. They can't steal your property. They can't steal your children. They can't steal your liberty. They can't steal your right to pursue happiness. They can't steal anything tangible or non-tangible, especially what's not tangible. And they definitely can't steal what's tangible, because that's what the law was made for anyway. It's for those things that have substance. Although they stole our gold and silver in 1933 and sold it, or gave it away to England, the king and queen there, and made us as collateral for the indebtedness that they committed and them losing our money. So they're stealing from us. Especially when they're double dipping and making us triple pay and all this stuff. Using our social to pay their self and then come after us for dollars. Verse 16 of Exodus chapter 20. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy people or neighbor. So therefore you shall not be bearing false witness, having an officer testify lies against you and all this stuff and making up lies. Well, I thought he was going to do that because he did this and he said that. And them pretending or predicting what you may have done or could have done. Oh, you're going 5 or 10 miles over the 30-mile-per-hour speed limit. You could have killed someone. You could have hit a retard. My God, you could have hit a pregnant woman or a family of 10. They try to use all this guilt and stuff against you. But how the hell does that officer, pardon me, know that you would have done that or that would have happened? He's bearing false witness. He don't know what could have happened. He's trying to predict the future, which is a form of sorcery and witchcraft. Psychic abilities. He ain't got psychic ability to tell what you could have done or not done. You could have saved a life the way you're driving. Who knows? Let's not prejudge anything because of ignorant people in the past. You can't compare someone ignorant to someone wise. It just don't work. They can do the same thing. Someone ignorant can state these things in court and end up in jail. And someone can be wise and they state all these things humbly and they end up free. And with a cherry on top, a reward. So therefore you can't compare the ignorance way and strategy to those who are wise. 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, which means you shall not steal your neighbor's house through mortgage, deeds of trust, and lies and deception, undisclosed information, lack of consideration, offering, consent. You can't do that. Can't secretly covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not secretly take a neighbor's wife or covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his workers, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. So what's for your neighbor is for your neighbor. Thou shalt not steal that or secretly lie to them or rob them. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar. And they said unto Moses, Mashe, speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God, Ahaya, speak with us, lest we die. So these guys were experiencing the actual manifestation and presence of God Almighty, Ahaya, the Most High. So they know that this is true. They've seen the plagues, the miracles. They heard the commands. They've seen everything happen. And Moshe said unto the people, fear not. For Ahiah is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. Like it says in Proverbs or Psalms, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wise dominance, wise domain, wisdom. And the Most High Yahweh said unto Moses, Mashe, thus thou shalt say unto the children of Yis-RoyAl, ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold, or wood, or paper, or whatever it may be. Dollars, crosses, calves, snakes, whatever it may be. It's all witchcraft. So Mosai say in verse 24 in the parable, an altar of earth, so earth's the altar, thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice, which is a righteous sacrifice. Sacrifice your soul. Give your soul to the Most High. Be a martyr for the Most High. Not to kill, not to harm, not to do anything he told you not to do in the 10 commandments, but to do everything he commanded. Whether people ridicule you, call you names and all that. Shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings. And this is Old Testament because we had to do burnt offerings with the sheep. Christ was the ultimate lamb. And thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. And in all places where I record my name, I am that I am, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Barakanta. And so you can go ahead and keep reading the rest of this. Let me see. Yeah, you can go ahead and keep reading more of this. He says more about the laws and stuff in Exodus. Exodus goes deep into the law. Okay, I like what he says right here in Exodus chapter 23. Hold on one second, guys. Let me see where we're at. We're going to have to continue in part 4. Let me see. So I took a lot of note to teach you guys what you need to know. Yes, it's going to be lengthy, but for those who want to be free, they'll stick with me. Patience is a virtue. Alright, so it is on this one right here then. Exodus. Okay, Exodus. Alright, so it says in Exodus chapter 21, verse 2 through 6, that slavery is illegal without consent. So it says right here, 21, thou shalt neither vex a stranger, nor oppress him. Which means you can't oppress someone or put them under obligation, responsibility if they don't consent to it. Or you're robbing them of their will, which you can't do anyway. And you're pretty much raping them. For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt, of Kemet. And so, let me see, 21. And he said, ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. So he'll hear our cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, with the word, the S word. And your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. 25, verse 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, lending money, promise to pays, creditors, loaners, all that stuff, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer. Usury. Neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, which is your house, which you pledge in mortgage, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down. So, alright. That pretty much mean you can't enslave someone without consent. And if someone consent to pledge something or give something, they're not being forced, they're under obligation. Unless the person they're obligated to decides to forgive them. And this is what we're doing and stuff when we discharge our debt. It's discharging our debt. Because we've been forgiven through the blood of Christ Yeshua HaMashiach. So let me see what else I have for Exodus right here. Okay, it says in Exodus chapter 23, verse 1, thou shalt not rise or raise a false report. Therefore, you should not be lying in court and not weighing out the evidence and proof. You need evidence and proof where there's no SMJ, subject matter jurisdiction. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. So never agree with those who are unrighteous and wicked and lie and bear false witness. Verse 2, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Therefore, the people doing evil is a multitude. They're a bunch of people. They're a group of people, not just a few, but a bunch. The righteous is a few. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many, to wrest judgment. Wrest judgment means to twist judgment. Nor shall you decline and twist judgment. Descend and scoop low to twist judgment and lie and pretty much twist the judgment, twist the law. Or exempt or take anything out of public record and stuff like that, or denying people the access to public record. All that stuff is a crime. It's arrest of judgment, which means twisting judgment. Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man and his cause. So if a man's poor, don't make him more poor. Stop asking him for money and all that stuff. Forgive him. Let him go. Let him come back with the money another time. And it says, verse 4, if thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again. So if you see someone's property has gone astray or someone dropped $100, don't just pick it up. Give it back to that person. Hey, sir. Hey, ma'am. You dropped your money. And give it back to them. Or you're stealing. And if no one claims it, and you look for everyone, and no one claims it, and there's no one there, and you did your best ability, then all right. That's a gift from the Most High. But if you've seen someone drop $100 bill, and you don't ask who it's for, or give it back to who you've seen it fell out of their pocket, you have just stole. That's a breach of the commandment. That is worthy of death. So it says in verse 5, if thou see the ass or donkey of him that hateth thee lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help with them. So if you see someone need help, don't just leave him there. Pick him up. Give him a hand. Help him up. Don't just leave him there. Forbear with him. Help him. I forgot who had helped Christ carry the cross, but they helped him. They helped Christ carry the cross to Calvary. Verse 6 of chapter 23 of Exodus, thou shalt not wrest the judgment of thy poor in his cause. In his cause. Because there will be effect to you. Cause and effect. Which means don't twist the judgment of the poor. You know they ain't got knowledge. You know they ain't got money. Why are you trying to twist the law on the guy, man? Especially now they're starting to put poor people in concentration camps. Those who live on the street now, they're rallying them up and gathering them up to put them in concentration camps. It's not right, man. That vexed me. I'm going to execute the judgment. Watch, we're going to execute the judgment. The Most High soul bears this. Verse 6. Thou shalt not wrest the judgment of thy poor in his cause. Keep thee far from a false matter. False subject. False jurisdiction. And the innocent and righteous slay thy not. Don't slay the innocent. Don't lie on the innocent. Don't treat the innocent as if they're guilty. We're innocent until proven guilty, that's pretty much saying. And thou shalt take no gift, no money, no bribery. For the gift blindeth the wise. These judges are receiving gifts and money. The most spiritual people receiving gifts and money. Pastors receiving gifts and money. The Pope's definitely balling. He's rich. He's receiving gifts and money. It blindeth the wise, which means they're not wise no more. Blindness is a form of niggardry, which means ignorance, blindness. And do not pervert the words of the righteous. Don't twist up my words today. Don't twist up my words in court, because you're perverting the words of the righteous and you are wresting judgment. Also, thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers in the land of